Hey everyone, Dan Heilman here, and this is going to be another Summoner's Glory video. Today I am doing a champion spotlight on my boy Blue, Water Elf. Okay, so I'll go through his skills, I'll go through his runes, and then I'll go through some gameplay. None of his ability tooltips are correct. Um, Attacks one enemy and deals 100% magic damage with a 45% chance to inflict bleeding for 2 turns. Okay, I think this tooltip is correct. But the way it interacts with his passive is not correct. Attacks 3 enemies with Water Blade and deals 220% magic damage, goes up to 250% damage. This ability hits fairly hard if you build him in damage gear, but I'll go over how to build him later. Okay. Elven Mark, his first passive. Critical hits have a 60% chance of reducing the enemy's speed by 25% for 2 turns. This goes up to 75%. If he crits, he always lands reduced speed. But it does not land it only on the target you hit. It lands it on anywhere between 3 and 5 enemies. I don't know if accuracy has something to do with this. I have tested him for hours and I can't really quite figure it out. I think it tries to land speed on the whole team, but maybe each time it has a 75% chance. Maybe that's how it's working. But if you use his A1 on a single target, he will land slow on 3 to 5 enemies. So maybe that means it tries to land it on the whole enemy team, but only has a 75% chance to land it. Maybe that's how it's working, because it seems to land it on 3 to 5 enemies, so that would make sense. So maybe that's what's going on. It tries to land it on the whole enemy team, but has a 75% chance to land it on each target separately. So I think that's how it's working. This passive right here does not work at all. When you attack one target, it'll say cleansing on the entire enemy team, like it's trying to cleanse buffs. But after hours of testing, I've never successfully removed any buff from any enemy. So this does not work at all, unfortunately. I will report this, but it does not work at all, unfortunately. I have also used Victoria in my team, and she can successfully remove buffs. But unfortunately, right now, Water Elf does not remove any buffs. Okay, so those are his skills. Let me talk about runes. You can build him in all sorts of different rune sets, but what you really want to do is you want to focus on getting as much speed as possible. You want as close to 100% crit rate as possible, and you want effect accuracy to be able to land slows and bleeds. So, yeah. You could build him in a 4-piece harvest to make him really fast. You could build him in a headcracker set to land stuns and give some more support to your team. You can build them in damage sets. You could build them in 2-piece frost set, 2-piece harvest set to give that 24% crit bonus. There is a million different ways you can build them. So I just took some random runes I had laying on my account that I was not using on anyone else, and I put them, because you want the high speed. So I'm using a max level 15 speed rune. You want the high crit rate. So again, I'm using a max level 15 crit rune. And I'm using this 2-piece bonus here just to give this crit rate. So you can see I have 75% crit rate. You want 100%. But if you're using this in a lower level account, you probably won't be able to get all the way to 100%. But again, focus on speed, focus on crit rate, focus on accuracy. These all seem to work very good on him, and that's what you're going to want. Also, magic attack is important if you want to scale his damage. So let me just go through real quick. I changed 2 of my runes here real quick because I was testing accuracy to see if that was helpful at all. But I'll just kind of show you what I have on him here. So speed, HP, speed, crit rate, all useful. Effect accuracy, speed, HP, crit damage, all useful. Crit rate, effect resistance, lots of speed. HP, crit rate, effect accuracy. HP, effect accuracy. Speed, crit rate, effect accuracy. Obviously, I have physical attack here, but I just used that for the 2-set bonus. You want magic attack there. Okay, so that's the build, that's the runes, that's the skills. I will go through and put in some gameplay. Let's talk about what's happening here. All right, so let's talk about Water Elf now. All right, so I'm going to give Water Elf Bloody Overlord's buff so that he does a little bit more damage because I want to test something. All right, see, now it's his turn. So this says attacks 3 enemies, right? Attacks 3 enemies. And his passive is 50% chance of removing buffs. That's fine. His other passive is critical hits have a 60% chance of reducing the enemy's speed. Okay? Critical hits. So if I'm only attacking 3 enemies with this, let me buff him just for fun. Let's see how hard Water Elf hits. Wow, he actually hit really hard. He placed reduced speed on 5 enemies, but he only hit 3 of them. Interesting. Okay, so Water Elf actually places slow on the entire team. So basically none of Water Elf's tooltips are correct. Is basically what's going on. Oh, here's a buff, here's a buff, here's a buff, here's a buff. Okay, so he's got a buff on him now. Let's see if I can remove that. Cleansing, and then it did nothing. Okay. That removed it, though. Okay, so Victoria removed his buff. It says cleansing, but doesn't remove anything. Wonder if I get his accuracy really high, then he'll remove buffs. What if I try that? Oh. All right, 95% accuracy. All right. All right, Mr. Water Elf. Let's see what you can do with really high accuracy. Let's see if you can remove buffs or not. Oh, I don't want to freeze you, dude. All right, we got a speed buff. We got a speed buff. Let's see if I can remove that. We got 2 speed buffs. So I know Victoria can remove it. I don't want that to happen, so I'm just going to go attack over there. Now, this should be able to remove these. Says cleansing, but removed nothing. Let me give him another try at it. Okay. See, it tried to cleanse the entire team, but it was not nothing. See, they're still there. Okay. Just to prove that you can actually remove them, now I'll show Victoria removing that same buff. Never mind. Okay, let's somehow get them to do it again. Alright, there's a speed buff. We should have stunned them. Or not. Alright, we're going to try again for the 90th time to remove the speed buffs. Cleansing, nothing happened. Yeah, so he definitely cannot remove speed buffs. I mean, I got him in 100% accuracy right now. He cannot remove any buffs. That was 4 tries in a row. Nothing. We'll try a 5th time. Good, we got the stun. So now... Okay, so 5th time, we'll try to cleanse this. A1 right here, this should cleanse it. Said cleansing, did not cleanse it. Then he got another turn and that removed the buff. Okay, so definitely the cleanse does not work at all. All right, let's try to figure out how exactly my little Water Elf works. All right, so Water Elf's going second. That's cool. So let's see if I attack 3 enemies with Water Blade and deals 220% magic damage. And let's see. It was odd. I crit 3 and then it landed on a different 3. Okay. All right, let's try something different. All right, so I'm curious. It doesn't make sense to me. All right, so now if I attack everyone, so I hit this target, and this target. But see, this time I landed slows on the entire team. Interesting. Very interesting. All right, so now we're on a boss. Let's see. All right, so I'm really curious if he uses his A1, can he land slows on the entire team? So if he crits on his A1, he crit. Oh, look at that. 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. Why 3 out of 5? Now let's give Water Elf another turn. He's already got it on 3 out of 5. Now if he uses AoE, he's got slows on everyone. It seems like his A1 lands 3 slows and his A2 lands 4 to 5. Let's try the A1. 3 slows. Alright, so there's that. Now let's use the AoE. One, two, three. Landed 4 slows. It seems to land 4 slows a lot. Let's give him another turn. Let's try to land bleed on the boss. Boom. Slow and bleed. Did you see that? Slow and bleed. Cool. Let's try to A2. Landed 3 slows. It always lands 3 to 5 slows, it seems like. Yeah. Alright. That was my video on Water Elf. Hope you enjoyed it. Go down there, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel if you're not already. And have a great day, everyone. See ya.